and welcome back to Nerdy Jess Plans. Today I'm going to be filming a plan with me for the week of November 11th through the 17th. It will be in my A6 Dailies. I will be using a kit from the GootzeeProject.com. It is her mini kit, and I pulled some stickers from some of my other favorite shops. So, pull up a chair, get comfy, and let's get to planning. Thanks, Past Jess. Alright, so this week, like I said, I'm using a kit from the Gootzie Project. It is a new to me shop. I had the opportunity to meet the shop owner, Jamie, and she is just super duper sweet. You should give it a look. I think she even has a subscription kit that you can subscribe to if you so choose. And as you all may have taken notice, if you've watched my previous A6 daily videos, my whiteout game has been improved. It ends up that part of what was making it difficult for me to use the whiteout was that I had extraordinarily cheap whiteout that would come off of the roll and all kinds of things. And like I had said in a previous video, I did just get it at Daiso. I mean, it was not an expensive thing. So I picked up some Tombow whiteout and it was like a dream. It was so much easier. I did go ahead and edit out me whiting out all of the days just because I don't know. Is that something you guys want to watch? I can leave it in, but it would make the video really long. So this kit that I'm using is actually a mini kit. I think probably intended for an EC vertical or a similar type planner. So I'm having to change things up a little bit, cut the washi in half, so on and so forth. And I'm using the date covers from the kit. And I decided that I wanted to use the washi as well, which is what I'm doing here. But as I'm going through, I realize that I don't cut perfectly, and I have the bottom part of the washi strip there is sometimes fairly crooked, or the top, dependent on which part of the strip I'm using. The date dots that I'm using in gold foil is from a shop that is closed. It's Tassel Planner. Like I say every time, I wish she would come back, but alas, the shop is closed. So here I just realized that I had cut the edge of that crooked, so I just tucked it underneath of the date cover to hide my mistake. How many of you do that? Do you layer stickers sometimes to cover up mistakes? In my Hobonichi Weeks video that I will be posting later, I had a lot of that I had to do. I actually wrote things on the wrong day, which is incredibly frustrating given that the Hobonichi Weeks paper is not white, so my whiteout shows. So you'll get to see that later if you check out that video. I go ahead and lay down another date dot. And this is where I really start thinking about the bottom of it. So I use this gold foil washi tape that someone had given out as a part of their D-stash for a planner meetup. And it works out perfectly. I'm going to go ahead and cut and edit out the remainder of all of the date covers just because it's the same thing and it took quite a while. I decided to cover up this week because she had a really cute sticker in the kit that said this week, and I used some of the date cover because the date covers were too wide for me to use, so I had cut some of that in half and used some of the top from the date covers there. And now I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. So I have not been utilizing the this week page very much. I don't have a whole lot of use for it. I use my Hobonichi as well, so I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with it. I have been trying to keep up with the trackers, although I haven't been great. So I decided she has a really large piece of deco on the deco sheet. I decided that I was just going to make it super cute and make it match the rest of the theme. So I just laid that down. And I'm going to be putting in scripts from Kenzie's Creation of two of the few things that I track for clean and laundry. I do leave the rest of them blank because I have an order that's on the way that I'm hoping will be here soon that has Kenzie's scripts as well for the other things, which is my skincare, and then I'll have to write in AM and PM, and then meds. And now I'm trying to figure out how I want to utilize the full boxes because there's only one full box with full art. There's two that, like this one, that have the border there, but the center is faded so that you can potentially write on top of it if you need to. And then everything else is checklists. So this particular spread, I got a little bit more creative with it and didn't try to use a full box on every day, mainly because they weren't available. But honestly, I really love the way this turns out. Thank you so much, Jamie from the Gootzie Project. This is super cute kit. I appreciate you. She actually put this up for sale because at the planner meetup, she had made it so that it could be part of a swag for an event she was co-hosting with another shop owner. And it was just going to be swag. She wasn't going to add it to the shop. Well, one of the ladies there had it when we were talking about it and showed it to me, and I was like, oh God, please, 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 can I buy this from you? And she was very, very wonderful and posted, and I think you can still purchase it on her website. So I realized, because of the limited amount of boxes, because I refused to go, I do own a full kit in this that I intend to use next year in my EC vertical. I realized that given the limited number of boxes, I needed to see if I had anything else. And thankfully, I was able to pull in, boxes from partial kits that someone also put into the same D-stash where the gold foil came from. And that's a little Coffee Monsters Co. emoji. It's sweater weather emoji. This entire month, I'm trying to stick with a fall kind of feel and theme to my spreads. And I'm using the Giving Girls icon sheet, vanity icon sampler, to mark that I'm going to be working out in that morning. And I apologize that in this video, a lot of the stuff is a bit off camera. I was really into what I was doing. Like I said, the date covers and everything took quite a while. And that page wrinkle on Wednesday happened during printing, and I just ignored it. And now, of course, I regret that. But it's okay. It all turns out well in the end. So I used a full art box here and then laid down some labels for some events that are going to be going on during the day. Do you do themes in your planner, or just whatever strikes your fancy? Man, guys, I got to tell you, I was up so late last night doing this. After, I think probably the mistakes I made in my Hobonichi weeks, because I filmed that after this one, were due to just being so sleepy. Oh, and that first box that I tried to pull off, I'm going to try it again, and I realized that it wasn't cut all the way through. So there was no way that I thought at first maybe I was just too rough with it, but it was actually just not cut there. And this is where I decided to get a little creative and bring in some of the deco instead of worrying about a full box. The deco sheet is phenomenal for her kits. You also receive date dots even with the mini kit. It's really, really nice. I apologize if you hear a dog in the background. My pug, Myrtle, is hanging out with me while I'm recording this voiceover. Do you prefer a voiceover, or do you like it better when someone is actually talking through their process while they're doing it? I don't know if I'd be capable of talking through the process, honestly. I would probably end up putting stuff on the wrong days, laying down stickers crooked. It would be awful. And I get to lay down in my bed to do the voiceover, which is always a bonus. So I realized after I stuck down that little emoji, which is one of the fall critters emojis, that I was getting ahead of myself, and that what I wanted to mark with that was actually on Thursday and not on Wednesday. So luckily I had a couple of things that I could use. Instead of trying to pull up that full box, I just decided to use the full box for both things and notate them with different icons from the sampler sheet from the Giving Girl. Then I pull in another little box from one of the kits that I received in the D-stash. And another. I am so grateful for whichever planner lady brought these to the meetup. Thank you so much. They have come in so handy for me, and I have quite a few of them and plan on using them in future spreads. I'm trying to lessen the amount of waste that I create with stickers, like, going through and using what I've got. And I think that the A6 Dailies are going to really help with that. I really apologize. I don't know why I'm yawning so much. Here I do bring in some more of the deco. Super cute. I love this squirrel, man. Man, so I had gotten up fairly early, not as early as I did during the week, to go to kickboxing yesterday. And this has been my first week of really working out again. Which, oh my God, it's fun, but it's ridiculously difficult at this point for me. But I can tell today is Sunday. It is my rest day. I can tell that I needed this rest day. You know, when I was in better shape in the past, I could go 7 days a week working out and feel great. But no, I am so tired. And I gotta tell you, my legs and my arms and shoulders are so freaking sore. But the people at the I Love Kickboxing place that I attend are fantastic. I love all of them. Even the other ladies who come and the gentlemen who come. Everybody is so nice and supportive. I haven't felt, judged or left out or anything. And they're patient because I am not coordinated. I am definitely not. So I'm using some, on the right there, I used the payday script from the kit itself. I'm trying to decide how I want to mark planning. I decided to go ahead and use the sticker from the kit because it matched so well. And it's got the little squirrel on the front. It says plan. I apologize, it's off screen. And marking down with foiled script from Scribble Prints Co. to film. And there you can see I used the trash can and a don't forget sticker and an arrow sticker from the kit. This is Jamie's weekend banners. So my understanding is from the other local planner ladies that I spoke to that the day that I met Jamie, Jamie's weekend banners are always super amazing. Like, she does not just do a scripty weekend banner and leave it alone. But her weekend banners are festive. They match her kits. It's great. I actually cut that film there like that because it took me so long to decide what I wanted to do. I thought it would be more interesting for me to just go ahead and jump through that rather than make you sit there and watch. Now I'm trying to decide how I want to handle the left side of the page because I have a nail appointment that morning, and with the banner on the bottom and the box on the right, I just didn't want anything super heavy. Beyond which, I think at this point I'm actually out of my full boxes. Like, I don't believe I have any full boxes left that aren't checklists. So what I did is I went and I grabbed some of the deco from the sheet and the nail appointment script from Scribble Prints Co. and used that. And I think it turned out really lovely. I like it quite a lot. And for the rest of the day, I'll go in and use boxes from other kits to mark the things that I need to know. I don't know if you guys could hear that, but that was my Jinde Conyer, my parrot, was squawking in the background. So I pull out this guy initially because I wanted to put something there like, self-love, or I don't know, just like take care of yourself. And I didn't like him just floating there, and I didn't really have a box that I wanted to use at that time. And then I realized that I had another sheet that was kind of hidden. I don't hide this on camera, guys. You can see some of it, but my desk is completely covered. Everything's laid on top of each other. It takes me so long to find stuff. So when I go ahead and put that down, I realize that I don't like how big it is in comparison to the box, so I get a smaller version. And those are from the Coffee Monsters Co. The Sleep In script, by the way, is Scribble Prints Co. as well. Go to the Damn Gem was from Tipsy Dog Designs. There will be some profanity here in just a few on one of the stickers. So if you don't like it, avert your eyes. So now I'm going through and I have one more thing that I need to mark for Friday. Friday is going to be an insane day for me. I am going to be picking up some very dear friends of mine from the airport. They're flying in from Brighton, England. So I'm trying to figure out how I want to mark that. I wanted to use a My Little Puffy sticker that I received as part of an order from Mochi Kichi, where they did this thing where they did a kit with them. But it was so big, I just couldn't figure out what to do with it. And here I'm just going ahead and putting in on Sunday, my rest day, that it is a no bra day. I love those. That's from the Coffee Monsters Co. I'm using another Kinsey Creations script that says Jim and then another icon from the Giving Girl. I'm using an emoji from the Coffee Monsters Code to mark a birthday for that day. I decided to go ahead and move the Payday script up, which I think looks a lot better. And that should be the first thing. I mean, right? It's the most important thing. And I also know that I have a bill coming in that's new that I needed to mark. And like I said, picking up the guys from the airport that night. So I'm using one of the really skinny labels from the Squirrel Kit. And then I decided to use the movie marquee from the deco sheet, or not the deco sheet, but the functional sheet, because I could put the My Little Puffy character over the top of the actual marquee part, and it just looks like, you know, it's just a regular box with a little puffy character on it. So I did go back and forth for a while about whether or not I was going to do my to-do list notation on the side with a little checklist or anything like that. And I decided, forget it, that I'm going to leave it as is because my days are so full this week. I may need that space to do more than just to-do lists. And I can utilize it for anything I want. I don't need to trap myself into, this side is for to-dos and then end up having all this blank space if I have a day that ends up that I don't have much going on. So I do leave that right side blank. There are some really cute to-do headers in the Squirrel Kit, but I really didn't want to lock myself in. And now I'm just going through and I'm going to add a little bit of bling into the spread itself. I really liked the gold accents. So I'm going to go in and write in everything that I need. And after that, I'm going to add some sparkle. Here I was looking at a sticker from Once More with Love. I ended up not using any in this spread, but I have one that's taking a bubble bath with candles, and I really like that. However, I'd already used the emojis, so I didn't have a whole lot of space. So here's where the bad words come in. I ended up just getting a script from Tipsy Dog Designs that I thought was appropriate for what my intent was for that particular box. My pug is snoring. I'm just going to decorate this little box with a little teddy bear. My oldest, who is 13, who will hate the fact that I'm sharing this to the world, I often, since he was a little bitty thing, will pull him into my arms and tell him he's my teddy bear. So that particular box is going to be marking stuff that's going on with him. And now I'm just going to go in, and I've realized that everything except for the glossy stickers, my pen writes beautifully on this paper. No smears, which is the best. I don't know why I added the acorn, but I did, and it looks okay, so we're just going to leave it there. So I'm just marking that at 5:45 in the morning. I'm going to kickboxing, which hasn't killed me yet. We'll see. We'll see. And now I'm going through and looking at some little things, stickers. I realized that I wanted to track something else for this week, and that is no spend. I am on a no spend, ladies and gentlemen, and it is an awful, horrible thing. However, it is an agreement I made with my other half that I would not purchase any planner stuff for the month of November, at least while I am taking these kickboxing classes, because the kickboxing classes are not cheap. So I agreed to do that. So I used Lil holding a no spin sign to mark that tracker. And I like these little 3-item checklist things that are in the kit. And I thought maybe I would put one on either side of the tracker to write in things that I needed to do for the week that didn't have to be on a certain day. But I decided against it, and if I choose to later, I can always pull them in. So I just go back in and darken my writing, and then I'm using a permanent pen and a 0.01. It's a micro perma pen to mark down that my son has to be somewhere on Monday despite the holiday for school. He is part of the technical team for the theater department for his class. So they're getting ready to put on their first play, and he has been working so hard. I'm very proud of him. Okay, that's enough of the proud mama stuff. Sorry. I just bringing in a sticker from Mochikichi to cover up that checkbox on that box there. Checkbox on that box. Marking in that I have kickboxing at 5:30 in the morning on Tuesday, and that at 9 a.m. my dad's physical therapist comes to the house, and then also he has a doctor's appointment later that morning. Moving on to Wednesday, classes at 5:45 in the morning for kickboxing, and the ILKB is I Love Kickboxing. There's a franchise chain. They're pretty nice, and it is more of a workout than it's not so much being trained to like do competitive kickboxing. We don't actually hit each other, just the bag, which I prefer. And I use a little divider in there to divide the two things from the Giving Girl. And then I'm marking again that at the crack of dawn I have kickboxing, and adding in that I Love Kickboxing. We're having a PJ party that evening, which I'm super excited to go to. I think it'll be a lot of fun. It's kind of funny though, because, I can wear my yoga pants to sleep in, which is what I work out in. So we'll see. I'm moving on to Friday and marking that it is Leslie's birthday. Let's see. And I'm going to go in and mark that the first payment for kickboxing is coming out. And guys, the payment for me for kickboxing is different. If you are interested, don't let that deter you. It's actually a bit cheaper than that if you're doing a regular membership, but I'm doing a challenge right now. And then I'm marking in the information about my oldest play, and just said I need to pick up the boys. I don't have their flight information yet. I'm going to have to get it from Leslie. And now I'm just going to go back in and place some bling, make things sparkly and shiny. So happy that I picked these up. And Viv Loves to Plan here on YouTube is the one that I got this idea from. She uses little bling sheets like this, which is little accents throughout her spreads, just to make things a little bit more sparkly. I could see how that could get really expensive really fast though, to be fair. To get addicted to foil would be bad, and I might already be headed that way. I like shiny things. I'm like a ferret. So with this guy, I'm trying to figure out, I thought about putting a star in his eye, he has stars in his eyes, and then realized that might not make a whole lot of sense. So I get one of the little sparkles and decide to make his acorn magical. So he has a magical acorn, and as you can see here, this squirrel, who is really excited about the acorn, is also sparkly and magical. I put a little star on the belly of the little teddy bear just because I thought it was cute. And a trailing star, I think, up by Payday, yeah. Well, that's really about it. I'm going to go ahead and hand you over to Past Jess. Thanks, Teacher Jess. Alright, so this is the flip through of the week for the 11th to the 17th of November 2019. I really do like the way that this turned out. It took a lot more work and effort than I usually put into decorating, but I think it ended up being really, really cute. And I went through and added some bling, shiny, sparkly. This is a busy week for me. It will only get busier as the day goes, or rather as each day goes on. All right, so that's it. Thank you for watching, and I hope that you will come back and watch some more of my videos. If you liked what you saw, please go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe. If you click on the little bell, it'll notify you when I have filmed and posted new videos. Until then, happy planning. Peace.